Well, good morning. Welcome. And it's good to see you all again. I've been away for 2 weeks, so but and to all the online students, welcome. Today we have a new student in the class, so meet Dana. So just to reiterate the points that we have talked about in the last 6 lessons, the things that I would like to make sure everybody understand is that meditation is not a religious practice, so even though it originated from Hinduism, it's no longer a religious practice. It's been applied to everyday life, and it has been studied extensively by research going way back in the 1960s and 1970s. Okay, and then in order to meditate, you really don't have to sit down and cross your legs. You can meditate in any position, anywhere, and any place. Okay, so in the previous lessons, we learned about the breaths and how to use our breaths as the tool to meditate. So remember to always to go back to your breaths if your mind wanders. We also talked about a little bit about the body sensations, the 6 senses. So just for Dana, I'm going to recap very quickly about the 6 senses. So we go from top down. Okay, so we have the mind, and the mind controls the other 5 senses. And then we have the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and the body. So for each sense, we have the positive and the negative side. So in meditation, we learn how to cultivate the positive side of our senses. So if you see something, you try to have a positive perception about what you see, or if you hear something, you try to have a positive perception about what you hear, and try to eliminate any negative feelings or thought to enter our mind and our body. So that's how we learn about how to focus our concentration on the breath and on the body senses in order to calm ourselves. And then I think Josmara last week, did you talk about so the 2 weeks ago I touched a little bit on the suffering. So if you know about the suffering and the cause of the suffering, you will find a way to end suffering. If you don't know the cause of your suffering, then you're like trying to find a way to end suffering in the darkness, right? Because you don't know what the cause is. And then we talked about, Josmara talked about the impermanence of life. So we know that nothing in this life is permanent. Nothing. Except for, I don't know if you believe in these spiritual path, we believe, I believe that our soul is permanent. It just, it changes from one form to another. But I think if we look at everything and we know that everything is impermanent, that way we can have a way of ease our suffering somewhat. Because, when people have attachment to things, and when things go away, they get upset or they feel sad, and then they suffer. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the suffering, and so even birth is suffering. Anybody knows why birth is suffering? Why is birth suffering?
Going from a comfortable place to an uncomfortable new place.
Yes, yes, and that's why the baby cries. Do you think? Why don't the baby smile or laugh when they're born? I mean, some babies do smile, but most babies, they cry because they get into a very uncomfortable environment, right? So birth is suffering and aging is suffering, right? As we age, our body deteriorates, degenerates, and we suffer from pain and, all of that is related to the physical ailments. And then we have sickness. So sickness is also suffering because it brings to us all of the discomfort, mentally and physically. And then we have death, and now death is also suffering. But they are the truth in life. It's not religious belief in any way. It is the truth to every one of us, that birth, old age, sickness, and death are suffering. What else brings suffering besides birth, death, aging, and sickness? What else?
What happens in the environment and around us as well.
Yeah. So, yeah. But what else bring?
Truck repairs.
Huh?
Truck repairs.
Truck repair. Okay. So we're going to think.
Yes, your truck is broken.
So okay. So when you feel sad and depressed, are you suffering?
Yeah.
Yes. So we talk about the mind again. So if you're depressed and you're sad and just feel not comfortable, that's suffering. So if you know those sensations are suffering, then how do you end suffering? How do you end that?
By acknowledging them.
Yeah, by facing them and then trying to change your thought process and be happy, be grateful, all of that bring happiness, right? And then what else brings suffering?
Expectations.
Yes. So when you don't get what you want, you suffer, right? Mentally you suffer. So when you know that you cannot achieve what you want, that will result in suffering. So how do you end suffering? You stop wanting.
Yes.
Right?
Gratitude.
Practice gratitude, and you don't yearn for those things. I think you can, but you have to realize that if you don't get it, you don't allow yourself to suffer as a result of not getting it. Okay, because naturally, if we're not mindful and we're not aware, the natural reaction of a human body is that when you don't get the things that you want, you feel sad, you feel frustrated, and that will bring suffering too. What else brings suffering? Attachment, yes.
So either when we are good or when things are not that good.
Yeah.
We tend to clinch to
Yes.
that. When times are good and we think they're going to last forever, and we forget that it's just... So attachment to things or to people will bring you suffering if you don't know how to control that. And then what else? Sorry? Memories, yeah. So you live in the past, and the past can bring suffering. Some past, right? Happy memories can bring happiness, but if you don't
know how to use your memories can bring suffering to you. So when you love somebody and you can't live without somebody, you know, you are apart from the person you love, that brings suffering too. You know, so like, you know, like I don't get to visit my parents very often, and if I don't train my mind to face that fact, I can suffer. I can feel sad all the time, right? And the opposite is also true. The people you don't like and you have to face all every day brings suffering. The job, yeah. So
There's
people.
nobody in this room, right? Nobody in this room.
And nobody in the room, yeah. So yeah, things you don't like or the people you don't like, but you have to face them day in, day out. That can bring suffering. So, so how do you end that kind of suffering?
Change the association.
Yes, yeah. So you have to change your mindset. You have to look at things differently. So if that person walked into the room that, you know, you usually don't get on with, what do you think? You send compassion towards that person. Always use compassion, and then it will ease your suffering. Because if you don't use compassion and love, and you keep that hatred towards that person, then you will feel frustrated, for sure. Okay, so today in our guided meditation, I will lead you through self-compassion. So before you have compassion for others, you have to have compassion for yourself first, though. You know, so in my practice, oftentimes when my patient flares, they come in and they have more pain, more stiffness, more fatigue, and I ask them, you know, what happened? Okay, number one would be stress. Something went on in their lives, you know, whether some loved one passed away, or they lost their job, or, you know, they lost their house, some stressful thing going on that caused them to flare. But also I often hear, you know, especially when I ask them, how's your diet lately? You know, have you exercised lately? Have you meditated lately? And, you know, a lot of patients will say, I'm sorry, you know, I haven't really had time lately because I'm too busy taking care of my loved ones, okay? You know, my mom is sick, my sister is sick, my husband is sick, my wife is sick, and I have to take care, or I have to take care of the bill. So they have excuses for not taking care of themselves. And so in that time when they're not taking care of themselves, I think they've lost their self-compassion because they stopped taking care of themselves. So, and as a result of not having self-compassion in that moment, not taking care of themselves, that leads to suffering because their disease flares, right? So, you know, again, and then they come and they look for what? A magic medication to ease. Yes, instant healing. And does that happen? Not really, not really. Yes, we have medication to ease the pain, but then it comes with side effects. And it's temporary. So if they know how to be compassionate towards themselves first, they will be able to reduce their suffering by reducing the flares. So this is a really practical example that I give. So, and I hope that it's easy to understand for everyone. Okay. So, and again, we go back to the basic. We are going to go back and use our breaths. Okay, so our breaths support our body. Okay, without our breaths, we won't be here. We owe our breaths our existence. So in this practice, we are going to use our breath as a tool, as a way to cultivate self-compassion. When we go back to our breath, focus on ourselves, and then we start to kind of in our mind, we are going to say things like we talk to our body, to ourselves. Okay, so take care of ourselves, make time for ourselves. So once we are in a good place, we'll be able to help others much more effectively. Okay, so everybody ready to practice? So just make sure you are in a comfortable position. So Dana, you can sit anywhere, in any position. So if crossing your legs make you uncomfortable, then you can just spread your legs out, right? Okay, or you can stand up if you have some discomfort. Now make sure that your spine is tall, straight, and relaxed. Your shoulders are, soft and not tensed like that. Okay, your neck. Okay, so, and then take a few deep breaths in and out. And then you can put your hands wherever that feels comfortable for you. Bring yourself back to your breath. And you can close your eyes or slightly open your eyes and look down at the floor if you like. So take deep breaths in and slowly release your breath out. So we're going to take deep breaths in and out. And we're going to do that for a couple of minutes or so, okay? Deep breath in and out. Bring your attention to the surface that you are sitting on, whether it's a cushion or the hard chair or the floor. Feel how your body is feeling through the surface. Bring your attention to the energy that is around you. Feel the air that is touching your body. Enjoy that flow of the air. Deep breathing in, paying attention to the flow of the air through your nose. Slowly breathing out, paying attention to your sense of hearing. As you take deep breaths in and out, keep paying attention to your 6 senses.
can feel the saliva in my mouth. Return to ourselves. Return to our breaths. Deep breathing in, I can feel my chest rising. Slow breathing out, I can feel my chest collapsing. I am aware that my breaths are supporting me. My breaths are filling my body with love. It is my breath that gives me the health that I need. I love myself with each breath that I take. I love myself with each breath that I take. My breaths remind me that I am alive. am going to take care of this body to the best of my ability. I am going to give my body the nutrients that it needs to stay healthy. Deep breathing in. Slowly breathing out. I am grateful for every breath that I take. As I am aware of my breathing exercise, I am aware that I need to exercise the rest of my body. My breaths fill me with love. With each breath, my mind is still. With each breath, I bring compassion to myself. I am grateful for this body that I have. Through my body that I feel alive. I feel this energy that is within me.
I feel the brightness that the energy brings. I feel the lightness that is within my body. With each in-breath, I enjoy the energy that I am bringing into myself. With each out-breath, I allow my thoughts to soften. I love my body with each breath that I take. When I have compassion for myself, I feel safe. In this moment, when I bring self-compassion into my awareness, I know I'm healing my body. Deep breathing in and slowly breathing out. In this moment, I am reminding myself that it is important to take care of my body and my mind. In this moment, I'm reminding myself that when I take care of myself, I can take care of others better. In this moment, I am returning to myself. In this moment, I'm returning to my breath. I love my breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. In and out. Deep and slow. Present moment. Wonderful moment. Return to ourselves. As you take a few more deep breaths, bring in the attention to ourselves. We'll come to the end of the sit-in meditation in a few deep breaths. Bring your attention back to your body. You can start focusing your mind to your sensation on your legs, or your arms, or your fingers, your toes. You can start moving your toes and fingers if you like. Slowly, you can open your eyes. Okay. Right, so we just finished sitting meditation and we're going to do some stretching, some massaging. So let's rub our hands together and then just rub the palms of your hands on the eyes a few times. Okay, and rub them again. And then massage your forehead and down the side of your face a few times, up and down. And then we can massage our scalp from the front to the back. Don't forget to pay attention to your breath. Breathing deep, breathing in and slowly breathing out. Okay. And then we massage our ears as we breathe. A few times. And then we massage our neck. And then we can massage our shoulders. Move our shoulders back and forth, move our arms back and forth. And then we massage our arm. Back and down to the fingers. And massage our fingers. And then back the other side of our arms. Okay, we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, and then we do this with our wrist a few times, clockwise and anti-clockwise, like that. And then we're going to rub this pressure point right here between the thumb and the index finger a few times. Okay, so, and the other side.
then do this. Okay, so then we massage our back up and down a few times. Okay. And then we go down to our front, the chest and the belly. Just a few times. Okay. And then we go down our hips and thighs. And down our knees. And down our calves. Okay. And then go back up. Okay. And then we do put one foot on the other leg and massage our foot, the toes. Toes and the sole of our feet, and then move our ankles back and forth a few times. Now, then you can put your foot on the floor like this, and then you twist. Okay, put the opposite elbow to the knee, and then twist. Deep breath in, twist, and then slowly breathing out as you turn. So we do that a few times. And then, yeah. Then, okay, and then we change leg, okay? And do this. So turn your ankle back and forth. Don't forget to breathe. Deep breathing in and slowly breathing out. Okay. And then we put the foot on there and opposite elbow to the knee. And deep breathing in and twist. And slowly breathing out and relax. Okay. Opposite. And then deep breathing in, slowly breathing out. And one more. Okay. Now, let's do some walking meditation. So we stand up. Okay. So before we do walking meditation, let's just do a couple of standing meditation first. Okay, so just relax again. Let your shoulders drop, your neck relax and soften, okay? Your arms by your side, and close your eyes and then take a few deep breaths in and out. Deep breathing in, follow your breaths, and slowly breathing out. As you breathe, follow your breath up from the feet to the knee, to the hips, to the shoulders, to the top of your head. And then as you breathe out, follow your body from the top of your head and down to your neck, down to your shoulders, your elbows, your fingers, your hips, your knees, your ankles and your feet. Okay? Deep breathing in and slowly breathing out. Let your shoulders relax.
couple more breaths, and then we will slowly open our eyes. All right. And then we will turn and we start walking. Okay, so for Dana, this is your first. So as this is just a way to show you how to do it, but it doesn't have to be. So usually as we take a deep breath in, we step up with the left foot, and then as we breathe out, we step up with the right foot. But if it's the other way around, it's fine too. Okay, so we'll go in the circle. Okay, so deep breathing in and slowly breathing out. And as we walk, we pay attention to our breaths. And then we do the self-compassion like we did for the sitting meditation. So in your mind, you tell yourself that you love your body, you love your breath, whatever you like to tell yourself, okay? Deep breathing in and slowly breathing out. Pay attention to the sensation below your feet as you touch the ground. Deep breathing in, slowly breathing out. Feel the sensation in your body. Feel the energy in your body. This body is alive. I'm bringing this body back to health through mindfulness, through self-compassion. I feel peace in every step. I'm walking like a river. I'm returning to myself. Deep breathing in, slowly breathing out. With walking meditation, I'm bringing my attention to my steps. I'm bringing attention to my gait. I'm bringing attention to my balance. I know I'm here in the present moment. I enjoy the present moment. Breathing in, my mind is at peace. Breathing out, I smile. Deep breathing in, slowly breathing out. We'll walk 2 more circles, then we'll return to our seats. With each breath, I'm bringing compassion to myself. With each breath, I'm bringing gratitude to myself. I'm grateful for this body. I'm grateful for my breath. As we take a few more deep breaths, we'll return into our seats. Okay. So, how do you feel?
I realize how stiff I am.
You feel good? Less stiff? Right. Well, let's take a seat and we can take a few moments just to share our experience. So we'll go around the circle, and I believe that sharing our experience really helps each other, because we do learn from each other, so what difficulties we have, what enjoyment we have during the practice, and then during the week as we practice, and remember we have to practice at least 15 to 20 minutes a day to get all the benefits. But the more you practice, the more benefits you get. So you can practice several times a day. Okay? So let's go around the circle. I'll start with Josmara first.
Well, definitely today I needed to be the student instead of the one leading the meditation. But over the week, I have been like practicing, like Dr. Tran just said, like every time I get a chance. I have been improving my practice before going to bed, which is helping me sleep better. But also, I'm trying to be more aware during the day, and mostly those days where I'm like feel a little bit uncomfortable, like last Saturday. I went to my regular yoga class last Thursday, and I think I stretched a little bit too much, and my lower back was bothering me. So I took time Sunday and Monday and Tuesday just to sit and try to focus on that area only that I was experiencing pain, and just sending, the breath to that area, like clearing the path and all that, and not focusing in the unpleasant and uncomfortable sensation that the pain was causing in all of me, because it was like all over the place. My head was like, oh my God. But I was able to manage that and to cope with it and to just keep going on and kind of forget that I was feeling that pain there, because I was focusing more on whatever else I was doing and breathing, which was really helpful for me to definitely feel better and been able to accomplish what I needed to be accomplished over the rest of the week. Yeah. It's been,
That's great.
yeah, it's been great, because I'm using it to cope with all that the autoimmune disease bring to your daily life, and it's a healthier way definitely than having to take pain medications.
So, for the past six or 7 weeks that you've been coming here and practicing during the week and giving the lessons, do you feel better?
Oh, yes. Way better. Yes. Since I have to come and lead classes here, I'm trying to focus on practicing more so I can be able to actually, lead a class by example, and not just come here and sit and be, okay, breathe in, breathe out, let's do this and that, and not showing what meditation the mindfulness is doing to me as a person, as a mom, as a human with autoimmune diseases, and everything. I think I've been improving in the practice, and it had helped in everything around me and everything that I come in contact with as well. Yes, it's beautiful. It's just,
Okay.
Thank you for the pat on the back.
Thank you for sharing. So
now it's your turn.
Paula is always my favorite person in this class. Yeah, she's great. So how has your practice been during the week?
Good.
Yeah, so how much do you practice each day?
I do it a bunch when I'm showering.
Yes, yeah.
And then also if I'm cleaning, I do it.
Yes, that's great. And how do you feel after you practice?
Awesome.
You feel awesome, yeah? Yeah. In what way?
A good way.
Good.
A really good way.
A really good, awesome way.
You feel happy?
And I can tell that she gets more energized as well after.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. So how has your experience been at school?
Good.
Good, yeah. So were you able to teach more of your friends?
Yes.
Yeah. And are they feeling happier?
Yes.
Good. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Can you tell Dana what you've been doing at school? Can you share it again with us so she knows, because she doesn't know?
On Wednesdays, I've been giving meditation classes at recess at my school.
8.
Yeah.
No, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you give meditation lessons to your friends at recess? Yes, that's awesome. Wonderful. So, yeah, she's leading.
She will
great leader. She will be a great leader. Okay, well, thank you, Paula. Yes, yes, one day. And then we come to Sean Paul. How has your practice been?
I have not been practicing,
No?
but sometimes during the week I call myself like, remember to breathe, and yeah, so that's an improvement.
Yes, yes, it comes slowly, yeah. But
Yeah.
the breath are the basic tools. So
Hmm.
once you focus on your breath, then you can work yourself into other topics. So
Yeah,
Yes.
and today was just what I need.
you feel more energy?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, so it will come naturally. The more you do it, and then the more, the more it will come. So I hope you enjoy the practice during the week, so put aside some time, in order to develop the habit, you really, at the beginning, have to put aside time. So, like a fixed time. So, like first time in the morning, first thing in the morning, or last thing at night. That way, you get into the routine, and then you practice and you practice and you practice, and then when you get really good, then you can do it, several times a day too. So. But like I said, they did a study looking at the number of hours of meditation that you spend, and the activity of your, amygdala, where the fight or flight reaction occurs a lot of the time. So the more you practice, the more numbers of hours you practice, the less activity, the lower the activity of that part of your brain. So it calms your body down. Yeah. Your parasympathetic nervous system will be more stimulated, and the sympathetic nervous system will be less active. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
for doing class.
Yes. All right. Thank you. And we'll come to Hal.
Your favorite student, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I would just say that this was a wonderful experience this morning to see you teach and to be able to participate. The last couple of weeks have been pretty stressful for me just because of examinations, But each morning after you leave to go to work, I normally do about a half hour of just relaxation and breathing. And I'd have to say that the 2 weeks of exams, though they should have been very stressful, actually were kind of fun, to get past it, And the only thing stressful in my life right now is my truck, So I'm going to breathe on that and see if that problem goes away. But seriously, sometimes you do get frustrated with the people who were supposed to be helping you repair your vehicle, and you might be tempted to get confrontational with them or upset. But I think a better path is to just hold your breath and
So
realize, show a little compassion. I know you talked with me before I went down to the Ford dealership, and you that was kind of your advice is don't be in the moment, don't
shout.
So we'll see. We'll see how this story ends in a couple weeks. Okay.
Well, you mentioned that you wait and see if the problem goes away. This is the topic about impermanence, because nothing is permanent. It will go away.
Apparently, transmissions are subject to impermanence.
So it'll go away, and the problem will be resolved.
One way or another. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah. So Dana, so if you wouldn't mind sharing your experience the first time.
Well, I didn't quite know what to expect. I think
Yeah.
it's wonderful. I thought if I keep myself busy every day, I keep my body in shape, but it's not really
Is this
the
your,
way.
Is this the first time you meditate?
Yes.
Yeah, really? Oh my God, yes. Yeah.
I read a lot about it, and I never had opportunity to meet somebody that would
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law does a lot, but I never went to anything like this. But it's very good. It actually teaches you, I think, to pace yourself and kind of take a moment from craziness.
Yeah.
Look forward for the next one.
Yeah. Did you feel relaxed?
Yes,
Yeah.
except for my parts of my body that didn't adjust to sitting in any way.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think it's gonna get better.
yeah, it's going to get better. That was my experience. When I first started to sit, like cross-legged, 5 minutes, that's all I could last.
Yeah.
And then my knees would hurt and my legs will get numb. But now I can sit for an hour. And when the numbness comes on, I recognize that. And then through meditation, I actually tolerate it.
I try that now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, just relax your muscles and
Yeah.
it's gonna be okay.
Okay, great. Well, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for sharing. And so that kind of concludes our lessons today. But I think for the next couple of weeks, because of the holiday, we're not holding the class here. So the first class will be, is it?
January, I'm telling
The,
you. The 7th.
the 7th?
January 7th.
Yeah, yeah, because of the holiday with people traveling and, spending time with family. We won't have class. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Yeah, and I wish the same for all the students online. A very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I wish the new year will bring a lot of happiness, peace, and love, and, great health and success to everyone. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see you again in the new year. Yeah. All right. Okay, thank you.
Well, good. That's a wrap
Thank you.
all for today.